Hello everyone, welcome to a geometry lesson. Today we are going to talk about a new concept. It's called the area. This lesson is going to be addressed to first graders first, then is going to continue with information for second and third years. For the purpose of this lesson, I am using a clipboard. I have cardstock. I have a lot of yellow cardstock paper, so I chose to use this yellow cardstock. If you have another light color of a cardstock or construction paper, you can use that as well. I have a ruler, I have a pencil, a pen, scissors, and I also have graph paper. You can use graph paper if you choose to do so. Let's begin. So the title of my lesson is the area. What is the area? What can we understand when we say area? What do we understand? What does this noun means? What does area mean? I cut out from construction paper a rectangle. You all know that this is a rectangle. Now I'm going to see what is the area of this rectangle. So I'm going to have to measure this rectangle somehow to make sure I find its area. Before we do that, I'd like to ask you to think of some instruments of measurement that we've used at school, that you have in your home. For example, you all know that in the classroom we have rulers, like this ruler. My ruler has a side where it says centimeters. This side, 1 centimeter can be a unit of measurement. This side says inches. 1 inch can be a unit of measurement. For the purpose of this lesson, I chose to make my own unit of measurement that I am going to use to measure the length of this side of my rectangle and then this side of my rectangle. Let's begin. I'm going to use this unit of measurement to measure this side. I'm going to measure using this unit of measurement. How many of these units of measurement are on this length of the rectangle? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 units of measurement. This side has 10 units of measurement. Now let's use the same unit of measurement to measure this side of the rectangle. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I use my unit of measurement to measure this length of the rectangle and then this length of a rectangle. So how can this help me figure out the area of this rectangle? What if I mark the units of measurement that we just did together with a pencil? I marked these units with a pencil. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on this side. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this side. Can this help me figure out the area? Let's go forward. How about if I trace the horizontal lines and I mark each section of my rectangle and I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections. Can this help me figure out the area of my rectangle? Let's go forward. How about if I mark the vertical lines and I mark the 10 sections of the rectangle? What do you think? How about we mark them both? We mark the vertical and the horizontal lines. Now this gives me a better view on the entire surface of the rectangle. Okay. Now, each unit of measurement gave me a square unit. So the area of this rectangle will be how many square units does the entire surface of my rectangle have? I will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 square units on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 square units on this side. Let's mark them. 10 square units and 5 square units. If you're a first grader, you know how to count by tens. So the area of the rectangle is going to be how many square units in the entire surface of the rectangle will be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, or 10 taken 5 times 50 square units. We mark this. 10 times 5 equals 50. This is how we measure the area of the surface of a rectangle. Now, as a follow-up for first graders, I have a recording sheet where I wrote down a definition. You can read this, you don't have to record it in your recording notebooks. My definition says the area is the space inside a polygon. Polygon is a word that we used when we talked about geometric figures with more angles, many angles. The other sentence that I have is the area is the number of square units inside a figure, like we showed here. My rectangle has square units. Its area is the number of square units inside the rectangle. The idea for follow-up for first graders is to, for example, cut out a square or color a square and figure out how to measure the area of this square. How many units of measurement does your square have? If you choose to use graph paper, you will find out the unit of measurement of your that you choose, and then you're going to measure each square unit of your square. These are follow-up suggestions for first graders. Second and third graders are going to receive the same information for the purpose of this lesson. Please review the lesson intended for first years, how to find the area of a rectangle. Please make sure you review this lesson where I show that the area of a rectangle is the number of square units inside a rectangle, and that we showed second and third graders that 10 times 5 equals 50. This is how we measure the area of a rectangle. For second and third graders, I have the following notes. The area is the space inside a polygon. You remember from our geometry lesson on polygons that a polygon is a word that comes from two Greek words, poly and gonia. Poly means many, gonia means angle. Polygons are figures with many angles. How do we find the area of a rectangle? By finding how many square units a rectangle has and using multiplication to multiply the square units of one side with the square units of the other side. Please make sure you review the lesson intended for first graders. The area is the number of square units inside a figure. We answer this question: how many square units? Suggested follow-up for second and third graders is going to be this. For example, this illustration. I have a square and I measured the square with my ruler, and I chose the unit of measurement to be 1 centimeter. In my ruler, 1 centimeter is this. 1 centimeter. I used 1 centimeter as the unit of measurement to find out the area of this square. I found out that this side of the square has 10 centimeters and this side has 10 centimeters. So second and third graders, what would be the area of my square? 10 times 10 equals 100. In this figure here, I choose the unit of measurement to be 1 inch. This is 1 inch. I used my ruler on the inch side to measure this side and this side of my square. I concluded that the base of my square has 4 inches and the height of my square has 4 inches. 1 inch is the unit of measurement. What is the area of this square if my unit of measurement is 1 inch? 4 times 4, or 4 taken 4 times, is going to be 16 what? 16 inches. Here, I forgot to mention that I have 100 centimeters. Square units. Another idea of follow-up is this one. If you have graph paper and you have this type of polygon, I choose the unit of measurement for this polygon to be a 1 square unit as designated by my graph paper. So this side has 4 square units, this side has 3, this side has 3, this side has 4, this is 4, and this is 10. How am I going to find out the area of this figure, polygon? First, I'm going to find out the area of the top, which is what? 4 times 3 equals 12. And then the area of the bottom, this part. This is 4 times 10 equals 40. The area of the entire polygon is going to be the area of the top, 12, plus the area of the bottom part of my polygon, 40. 2 plus 0 is 2, 1 plus 4 is 5. The area of my polygon is 52 square units, and we are noting the square units with the little 2 on top over here. If I want to make sure that my result is correct, I can count each square unit from my polygon, and if you want to do that in this video, you will figure out the way that this answer is correct, because the entire polygon has 52 square units inside of it. This is the area lesson. Please review the follow-up document that you're going to find in the same folder where you found this video. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and I will see you again soon. Bye everyone.